The truth about the EUC community. Now, I hate to be the one to say it, but here it is. And no, we're not going to waste time on YouTuber beefs, Zenly versus the world, or whoever is feuding this week. This goes a bit deeper. This is about us, the riders, about our buying habits, our contradictions, and the brutal honesty most people refuse to admit. Begode, the king that just won't die. Now let's address the elephant in the room, Begode. Nobody has taken more flack than them. Fires, cutouts, crashes, QC disasters, you name it. Entire campaigns were launched to cancel Begode, to shame people into never buying their wheels ever again. And yet, look around. Who still holds the crown? Begode. Because while other companies tiptoe around safety branding and reputation, Begode pushes the boundaries. And while the community screams, unsafe, reckless, you'll get us banned, these same riders are blasting down highways, jumping off loading docks, and demanding more power, more torque, more speed. The irony is staggering. The hypocrisy is off the charts. Now here's the truth riders don't want to hear. Customers don't actually know what they want. They say they do, they shout it loud, but the second the company delivers, the narrative flips. Customers, we want more speed. Begode, here you go. Customers, why so fast? Slow down, fix QC. Begode, okay, we'll take our time. Customers, why is it taking so long? They're done, they're finished. They haven't released the wheel in a year. See the pattern? If Begode listened to every critique, they'd be out of business. Instead, they filter the noise, focus on what actually matters, and keep pushing the ceiling higher. And like it or not, the entire industry from InMotion to KingSong, now Librakim, and even Nosfet, our dear company, chases after them. The copycats, KingSong and InMotion. Now for years, KingSong and InMotion were the safe options, polished, commuter-focused, built for comfort, not chaos. But then customers started whispering, why can't you build something to rival Gotway? Why can't you give us more speed and power? So KingSong delivered the S20. InMotion dropped the V13. And what happened? Delays, hype followed by disappointment.
You guys can't see it.
It says, battery failed. Please do not charge the battery. What the frick? Yo!
Riders who begged for these wheels turned on them instantly. Too late, too flawed, too little. Meanwhile, Begode shrugged, sold more wheels, and flicked the criticism off like dust from their shoulder. Why? Because that's what kings do. The Nosfet Aero, style over substance. Now let's talk about the Nosfet Aero. Beautiful, stunning even, a work of art on the outside. But peel back the shell, 34 miles per hour? 1100 watt hours? Outdated numbers, specs that belonged in 2016, not 2025. And when Jack sat down for that interview with Sensei Vegan, the host had a golden opportunity to press him to say, Jack, this isn't enough. This doesn't move the needle. Instead, we got excuses, reassurance. It did well at the rally, the Wheel Life rally that is, with the Black Cobra. Well at what? Where are the numbers, the podiums, the benchmarks? This was a chance to give honest, constructive fire, to push Jack to deliver a wheel that belongs in today's landscape. Instead, the community coddled him. And that's dangerous, because when we fail to hold manufacturers accountable, especially one we know and is right in front of our face, we get subpar wheels dressed up as pretty shells, marked as if they're breakthroughs. Don't give me a mule and call it a zebra. The bigger lesson. This is bigger than Begode, bigger than Nosfet, bigger than any single wheel. The truth is, the EUC community is schizophrenic. We scream for speed, then complain about danger. We demand QC, then bash companies for moving too slow. We ask for innovation, then torch them when it doesn't meet our fantasy. Meanwhile, Begode keeps doing what they've always done, listening just enough to cut through the noise, but ignoring the noise loud enough to keep pushing the game forward. That's why they're king. Not because they're perfect, not because they never fail, but because they understand the truth that riders don't want to admit. At the end of the day, the only question that matters is, can this wheel keep up with my local traffic? If the answer is no, you've already lost. Now, take this 5-year-old wheel for example. The Gotway MSP high speed. Dimensions, about 490 millimeters high, 460 millimeters long, 200 millimeters wide. Weight, roughly 55 pounds. Top speed, around 48 miles per hour. Battery, a solid 1800 watt-hour battery pack. By all standards, this wasn't just a portable vehicle. It was a high-performance beast in one compact package. You got off-roading capability, compact storage, a small footprint, and just enough weight that you could throw it in your car or even sneak it into the office out of sight. With a fast charger, you could juice this thing up from 45% to 100% in under an hour. Now compare that to the all-new Nosfet Aero. Dimensions quite similar. Weight 62 pounds. Battery 1100 watt hours. Smaller than the very first Gotway Tesla V1 from 2017. Yes, it has suspension. Yes, it's gorgeous, sleek, and modern. But let's be brutally honest. Between these two wheels, which would you choose to get you home on a last-ditch emergency speed run because your car broke down? No brainer, right? The MSP high speed, of course. Not only could this machine rocket you to work in record time, but it could be pushed to its limits while still giving you every safety feature that the EUC World app has to offer. Safety margin alerts, pedal tilt back, speed alarms at levels 1, 2, and 3, overcurrent warnings, and those all-important battery margin alerts. A wheel that's practically ancient in EUC years, and yet it still delivers the goods. Now, the Nosfet Aero, by contrast, is not a wheel designed for today's battlefield of performance. It's a design statement, a sculpture on one wheel. It says, look beyond raw power, speed, and range. Wheels can also be beautiful. And yes, it is beautiful, but beauty fades, performance endures. This is the same trap Gotway, now Begode, abandoned years ago. They understood something fundamental. Looks don't create legends, performance does. Beauty gets you attention for a moment, but performance builds nostalgia for a lifetime. Because when the years roll by and new wheels come and go, it won't be the Aero that riders remember or reminisce about. It will be the machines like the MSP high speed, not just for what they did on paper, but for how they made you feel. The adrenaline, the thrill, the defiance of limits. That nostalgia becomes eternal. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you coming back for more. See, the truth is, Begode has never been your typical company. They were born out of obsession, out of one man's vision. Gotway, who loved the raw thrill of the glide. That DNA has never left them. It's why their machines feel different. Why every time you step on one, something inside you wakes up. It's that rare merger, the height of human limitations fused with the extraordinary technological capabilities of machines. From the beginning, Begode knew they couldn't play it safe. They understood what others didn't. Circular designs couldn't hold the future. To unlock true performance, they had to abandon what was pretty and choose what was necessary. They grabbed the bull by the horns and went all in on boxy, unapologetic, performance-driven designs. At first, riders scoffed. Ugly, they said. But Begode stayed clear of the mistake of chasing the whims of flaky customers. They knew the truth. Looks don't break limits. Engineering does. And history proved them right. Time after time, that bold, boxy form paid dividends. As speed, range, and power soared, the rest of the industry had no choice but to follow. How else could anyone keep up? With the technology available, the only way forward was to maximize battery management, thermal control, and raw wattage. Begode understood this early on. While others hesitated, Begode went full steam ahead, pioneering battery management systems and pushing cell configurations to their very edges. That's why today, their machines don't just transport you, they transform you. They reach into your deepest, hidden desires and give them form. They amplify your instincts, your need for thrill, your hunger for transcendence. It's the oneness, the embrace of danger and freedom, calculated into balance and power. For years, entire movements like Burning Man have tried to capture this very feeling. The merging of human spirit with unrestrained creation. But only one machine has ever truly married that dream to reality, the electric unicycle. And only one company has ever had the courage, the defiance, and the relentless drive to unlock its full potential. That company is Begode. Not just a brand, not just a builder of wheels, but the king. The one who dared to push past the limits when others trembled. The one who still carries the fire of its origin. The one who made the impossible rideable. Begode, the throne of power, the king of EUCs.